What's going on, friends, friends, and thramly? It is another bright and shiny day here in the United States of Siege, and oh my, have there been headlines. Of course, the distinct stench of Trumpster fire rages on around us as we have what may be some good news as the latest reports come out of Minnesota that Tom the homunculus Homan has decided, well, along with, of course, the regime, have decided to curtail their efforts in Operation Metro Surge, thereby hopefully releasing Minneapolis and Minnesota from the jackboot that's been on their collective throats, because all of the reports coming out of Minnesota have been increasingly horrified. I mean, literally, if you haven't seen any pictures coming out of Minnesota and Minneapolis, it is footage that looks like it's coming out of a war zone with good reason, because it was an occupied fucking state. However, that good news, well, seeming good news, is tempered by the fact that it seems like they may be trying to step up their ICE actions in New York and New Jersey. And Jersey ain't the one. And New Yorkers definitely ain't the one, right? So I think that would be a grave misstep on their part. But you know what? I'm also eager to see them fall flat on their faces, because New Yorkers will rally just like Philly will rally. And Jersey, ooh. You know, Jersey's been the butt of enough jokes long enough. It's got a bit of a chip on its soldier. That being said, let's see what else happened. The IOC and JD Vance have both kind of made statements, decrying political activism at the Olympics, because I get it. They want it to be this kind of utopian, all the world comes together to sing and play sports type of deal, neglecting to mention the distinct and powerful history of political protests on a stage of that size. For those of you who don't know the iconic image from the Olympics in the 60s of all the black athletes taking the podium and doing as they got their medals. Yeah. So, you know what? IOC, I get that you're the ruling commission. Kind of what you say goes, even though it's kind of shitty that you're disqualifying a Ukrainian skier from competing because he wanted to honor the war, like the war dead on his helmet. But JD Vance, I would say you could suck a dick, but I'm pretty sure you do that anyways. And that's not meant to be offensive to anyone who enjoys that particular activity. Just, I feel like it's an easier visual to say, go fuck yourself, than trying to conjure the IKEA catalog. What else is going on in the world? The blowback from the Bondi debacle. So Ted Lieu, being the fucking man, seemingly trapped Bondi in perjury as Jasmine Crockett held court masterfully and basically didn't even give Bondi a chance to be her normal combative self. Didn't give Bondi a chance to continue spouting party line bullshit, and instead took her to task in front of the survivors who were present in the congressional hearing yesterday, who Bondi completely just declined to legitimately acknowledge or apologize for. I don't know. Maybe the DOJ being the shittiest redactors in the history of redaction. There's more effective redaction in a fucking high school English paper with some whiteout than there was with the DOJ trying to protect the survivors, because they don't give a fuck about the survivors, right? This DOJ is all about complicity. And there's also then evidence that ties Kash Patel directly to perjury as well. So now we have two of the top legal officials in the country, clearly with their hands really fucking dirty. MAGA is still in a bit of an uproar about Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime show, despite the fact that based on everything, including a breakdown of the translated lyrics, that show is about nothing but love. But then again, they don't seem to know anything about love, and we got no love for them. Am I right? We haven't even had the chance to talk about the horror of Mike Tyson's Maha ad that appeared during the Super Bowl, or the dystopian nightmare that comes along with Amazon's Ring camera, pet safety feature, whatever, that allows them to basically plug into all of the Ring cameras in an area to find a lost dog, because it's really about finding a lost dog and not about increasing surveillance in a police state. Yeah, still a bit of a dystopian nightmare. We honor the memories of Keith Porter, Renee Good, and Alex Preddy. We still stand with Minnesota, because until ICE is fucking melted and gone, I'm going to believe until I see it. We believe the survivors. We stand fucking united. And as always, your rage is justified. And now is the perfect time to rise the fuck